Hello everybody, this is Ed, or I should say Edward, my full username now, and I hope you're all having an absolutely lovely day, or night, or evening, or afternoon, whatever. I hope you're having a lovely time, and if you're not, let's make it a lovely time. Okay, this is my old home. I'm just having a quick look inside to see if there's anything in here. I don't think any villagers have claimed that bed to be their own, but you know what, doesn't matter, that's okay. It's a very big village, so understandably they've got beds all over the place that they can call their own. And as you can see right now, I'm building this new building here, and this is going to be our library, which it's the only building I haven't built yet. And I've got the leather, and I've got a bit of sunlight left. I've got the leather, so I'm going to make myself some bookshelves, and I'll be able to make myself a lectern as well, which will give us our librarian, which is the final the final profession that I need, I guess, for the whole set in this village. And so we need to build ourselves a few bookshelves for the library and a bookshelf for the lectern as well. But I just need to find this leather first, and just having a quick look here. I don't remember what chest I put it in, to be honest with you. And I didn't realise I had so many empty chests right here. I should probably get rid of them until I need to fill them up. Well, okay, most of this stuff on this side is building materials, so I highly doubt the leather's here, but I'm just checking. I do have a lot of empty chests. The thing is, I don't know where on earth I've put all the leather. And I'm sure you guys at home have seen it, and I just can't see it. I would have thought I put it in here. I've got this enchanting book, and I've got the... Oh, hello, farmer. Oh, you're a diamond. You're the top tier farmer that we can have. Okay, where on earth is the leather? Just checking in here. It's not in there either. And oh, hang on. Did I see? Maybe I already turned it all into books. I must have. Oh well, no, the sun's going down. I shall pop to bed while I still can, and we can make some bookshelves tomorrow morning. So, boy, oh boy, what an interesting week it's been. It's been very chaotic. You know what? The world will have times of greatness, and what's the opposite of greatness? Littleness. No, that doesn't make sense. Great good things and not so good things. And I've got a feeling 2020 is going to be a very interesting year. But it's a year that we must take in our stride. And although things might get tough, things might get stressful, just remember, nothing lasts forever, okay? No matter how bad something gets, nothing lasts forever. It wasn't that long ago when this village was completely empty. And I'm just looking at this soon-to-be library, and I'm thinking I wasn't going to put a balcony on the second floor, but I'm thinking I might just move this all back one, which is a bit of a pain, but you know what? You just got to do what you got to do. And I might make it so that way I'll put a balcony on this library. And I wasn't too sure about it, because I don't know how many libraries out there have balconies, but you know what? I love a second-story balcony. So I'm just going to have to move this all, which is a shame because I've got a lot of the wall and a lot of the framework up, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's okay. There we go. So, my goodness me, sugar. And I've been not swearing. I've sworn off sugar. Or high processed sugars. I'm trying to be very good with my diet right now. I've cut out a lot of fat and a lot of high processed sugars, and I'm trying to find a nice artificial sweetener, but I just haven't had much luck. And the closest thing I've found that's a good artificial sweetener is stevia. But even then, I've been reading notes on the dangers of artificial sweeteners and how it affects your gut health and all that kind of stuff. In fact, there's been some new studies about it. Messing up your blood sugar as well, what you've got. So, but there is a reason why I want to be in good health. I've had to get a blood test very recently because my health hasn't been too good recently, and there was a big fear that I might have diabetes or something else, which it wasn't so good. So, luckily the results came back that everything is normal, and there's nothing to fear, but I'm going to have to do some more tests very soon in order to see how my body's going, because yeah, my health, it's not in its peak right now, so we're just trying to find out what's going on inside my body, and it's all part of life, isn't it? It just wasn't expecting to have to deal with these problems until I was a little bit older, but nothing lasts forever, does it? So let's keep building right now. I want to make sure I've got a nice village and with a library in it, and because libraries are very important, that's for certain to have. So we'll get this framework back up. But yes, artificial sweeteners, it's very hard to find one that is a very convincing one, and it's so perplexing as to why we can't make a good artificial sweetener. We can't find anything to replicate the taste of sugar or high fatty foods without the high calories, which is it's a conundrum for the modern world. But you know what, first world problems, isn't it? Let's see. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm going to have any windows at the back here because it's going to be a library. There's going to be a staircase in the library, so but I'll make sure that I can get onto the second level until I've got the staircase in place. Yes, but the best artificial sweetener that I have found is called stevia. Stevia, yeah, Stevia, and I don't know if they have it overseas or if it's strictly in Australia, but maybe you have it overseas, but under a different name. It's lots of things like that that happen. We just market it differently. Oh, look at that. That's a bit of a mind bender, isn't it? I think that's very pretty how the log ends come together like that. But yes, I'm trying to be good. But I'll tell you one thing. I've tried making foods without any sugar, like pastries, and I can tell you this. There's a reason why we have sweet things. Yes, I'll let you use your imagination, but pastry without sweet pastries with no sweetness in it is very, very unappetizing. But I'm making a lot of progress. I'm making a lot of changes, and it's not just artificial sweeteners. It's things like low GI foods and whatnot. So more vegetables and fruits in my diet. So very important. Very important. Got to make sure I have clean insides. And speaking of clean, insides, I had to clean out the car today. My car. I'm just looking at the balcony here, just doing an assessment. It's very dusty on the inside, and the mats were very dirty as well, the floor mats. So I took all them out and I vacuumed them inside the house, and I did a lot of washing on the inside with a disinfected rag and a bucket of hot disinfected water. So gave the car a good clean on the inside today because it really did need it. And it's amazing the amount of dirt and dust that will collect inside a vehicle like that. And it's not like I drive all that often. I don't use it that much, to be honest with you. I do find driving can bring out the worst in people, and as such, I try and be a very safe driver, but I found that a lot of people like to... I can't jump because of that lantern. A lot of people like to speed around, and if you're driving the speed limit and someone's coming up behind you and they don't care much for driving the speed limit, they can get very aggressive towards you. So I don't drive all that often after some very colourful experiences, but I don't let it ruin my day, that's for certain. And now that I'm building the staircase here, I can fill in this bit of wall here. I'm just trying to think how I'm going to have this staircase because, yes, it's going to be it's not the biggest building, that's for certain, but I need to be able to build a staircase here that's going to squeeze in without looking weird. But yes, I washed out the car today. That kept me very busy. And what else did I have to do today? I didn't have to do this, but I was reading a book that I got for my birthday, which was fairly recently. And oh no, I don't want it like that. No. And it's called, what was it called? Midnight at Chernobyl. I think that was the name. And it's talking about the... sorry, I'm just working this out. Talks about the events leading up to and I think after the nuclear disaster of Chernobyl. And my wife got it for me. after I was talking about how much I enjoyed the TV show. I think it was HBO TV show that came out fairly recently. And if you haven't seen it, do watch it. It is absolutely amazingly well written, and it is everything about it is so good. Amazingly acted, amazingly filmed. It is a sensational show with some very dark bits of history and some few. Oh, no, we don't want that there. I'm going to have to close that up, I think. Some very dark moments in history, but a great show nonetheless. And you know what? I'm going to come back in a second. Give me a second, guys. Well, that took longer than expected. My computer crashed. Luckily, I'd finished recording and I took a little break. My computer crashed, and I got a feeling it was a faulty mouse that I've been using that's been short-circuiting. So I had bought, just a couple of days ago, a new keyboard and mouse combo, and it's a rainbow keyboard. The light's up and it changes color all the time. Same with the mouse. So I just installed that instead of, and I got rid of the old mouse and the keyboard. I don't know if I'll keep the mouse. I'll definitely keep the keyboard as a backup because that still works perfectly. But I'm not too sure about the mouse. It's a bit old and what? Oh, white kitty cat. As if I've got enough cats, but you know what? Another cat to the family is another cat worth having. Let me just finish doing this here, and then I'll try and get some fish to rescue this cat. So yes, my computer went through a bit of a brouhaha just then. I had a bit of a nasty nightmare. So it froze, and then I tried to restart it, and things weren't working very well. And then I had to restart it again, and then it did a Windows update, which I wasn't expecting, but I just let it do its thing, and I might let's see if it needs to do any more updates, because I'm not too sure what's going on. And speaking of what's not going on, I don't. Oh, Kitty, where'd you go, Kitty? I might be heading back to university. Might be. I say might. This is all just something I've been thinking about the last couple of days. I was having a discussion with a specialist, a doctor of mine, who helps look after me. And that was an easy cat to get. Come over here, cat. You can be the librarian cat. And in here, kitten. White cat. Where did the white cat go? White cat don't want to come over here. White cat, where are you? You want the bed to this house. Well, lucky for you, the dog is no longer in here, so you can have this house all to yourself. There we go. Up you go. Start purring. Oh, adorable little baby. Yes, with different colour eyes. One of our cats, his eyes change colour all the time. It's either like a yellow hazy colour or a blue colour. And some mornings you'll wake up and he'll have blue eyes, and then you'll go to bed and his eyes will be hazel. They keep changing, which is fascinating. I don't know how many cats have that, but it's just something that we noticed kept happening. So a very unusual thing to have happen. I don't know if it's common or if it's not. It'd be cool to have it in real life, but not too sure if humans can have it. To be honest with you, I didn't know animals could have it. So there we go. I wanted the door to the balcony to be a bit askew, just to add a bit of disbalance to the overall architecture, because symmetry, although it's important, can look a bit boring. But yes, back to university. I might be going back to uni after all this to study, of all things, law, because I don't know where to back up with that. I definitely don't want to become a doctor, and I want a profession that pays well, and I was told by one of my specialists that I have a unique way of, I have very unique perspectives. So, as with all degrees like that, it will be a lot of hard work and a lot of study. And, of course, there are many specialist fields within law. And I have no idea which of all the fields I want to go in, which I'd choose. Of course, there's common law, there's criminal law, there's administrative law, there is environmental law, there's all different types of law groups that you can specialize in. So no idea what I'd want to do, but I'm guessing that's one thing I'd have to do a bit of research and look into. Oh, I can only do 6 bookshelves anyway. That's okay. I'll grab the 6. There we go. I've got so many cats in this village now. It's beautiful. Anyway, so I'd want to be the kind of lawyer that helps those in need, because unfortunately there are some nasty people out there in the world that try and take advantage of people. So I'd want to be the lawyer that helps those that really have been taken advantage of, and be the voice for those who aren't strong enough to fight against those big bullies who think that they own and rule everything. And there are some very nasty people out there. So, and there's no point, I wouldn't be aggressive. There's no point being aggressive or angry or threatening or anything like that. It's not nice. Okay, that all that leads to is more aggression and more anger and more frustrations. We don't need more of that in the world. We need love and peace and togetherness. And that's the main things I try and focus on in my life. It's just that life can be very difficult, I know, for people sometimes. And everyone has bad days. Just today, there was a school student riding on his push bike or BMX bike, I don't know what kids call them, going down the street on the footpath, going 100 kilometers an hour. And we've got a few trees out the front along our street, and his face smacked into one of the branches that the wind blew the branch into his face. I mean, one thing I want to say, A, he was definitely going too fast on his bike, and B, he wasn't wearing a helmet or any form of protection. So had he had an accident, he could have really hurt himself, the silly Billy. So that's one thing I would definitely like to let him know. He should definitely be wearing a helmet. Because if you come off a bike and you hit your head really hard on the pavement, you get, oh, that scared me. It's just the Fletcher doing his job, I guess. You can really hurt yourself. But yes, he got smacked in the face, and he kept going down the street, and he let out this almighty roar of anger. And hopefully he was okay, but I understand. You can get angry, but I don't know if he had the correct response to the situation. I think I might have said a little curse word under my breath had I been smacked in the face. And that Fletcher keeps spooking me like that. But I can assure you, if I was riding a push bike, I wouldn't be going 100 kilometers an hour down a footpath. And if I saw a tree like that in my way, I would most certainly slow down. Because, yes. Now, let's see. These are going to be the foundation. There we go. I mean, the supportive banisters here. Kind of like what I've got with the bank. Not that anyone's deposited any money. Oh, goodness me, and all that stuff that's happened in Italy right now with the Italian government suspending all debt. And what was the other thing? Something else. Oh, geez, it's a right mess right now with this nasty coronavirus. But it's not really something I want to talk about, because the media is going on about it at length, and we don't need any more information coming from other sources. So if you're interested about that, you're not watching the right channel. You need to go onto the news and watch the news about all that corona stuff. Okay, let's see. This is looking pretty good. I don't know how I'm going to do the roof, but that's for me to worry about in the future. And that future is right now, so let's put the roof on. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh dear, the future is now, isn't it? And especially with the balcony. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know. Let me. I might have to do some experimenting. But I put down the work block. What do they call it? The lectern. So I'm hoping we'll see a librarian coming in here soon. Let's see. We will put that there, and we will fall down there. Deary me. Okay, not off to a good start. Okay, let's try that again. That's okay. Accidents happen. Accidents are a part of life. And if you get upset because of a little accident like that, well, then you're taking life way too seriously. And already I can tell that I don't like this design that I'm doing now. And, I didn't realize that this roof would be so close to my house roof. But, oh, well, that's okay. We'll just deal with what we've got. You know what? I might have to build this roof off camera, because this is going to be a big job, I think. I was going to go like all the way up and like a steep diagonal both sides, but I'm thinking maybe a lesser of a diagonal with a slope that goes around every side, as opposed to just the two. I'm not too sure about what okay, well, that's not going to work for me there, is it? I'm going to have to build a new staircase to get up there. Goodness me. Okay. Well, building roofs on a one-story building isn't so difficult, but on a two-story building, it's a whole new deck of cards, isn't it? Just having a look. Yeah, both sides have got a lip on this. I mean, the lip's not touching. It should be okay. Yeah. Oh, I finally finished Gotham, the TV show. That's one thing I thought I'd let you guys know about. Watched the season final of Series 5, and it just felt like, well, what can I say? Goodness me, not having much luck with this roof. I think I agree with a lot of people said is that the series descended way too quickly, but they did. The series, you're not a librarian. I thought you were a librarian. The series was only going to, the fifth series was only going to have 10 episodes, but they managed to get it up to 12, so they could have 100 episodes in total. But more on that later. I think I'm going to call it good from here on out. Yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this, but, I'll get my thinking cap on. Well, thank you for joining me, everyone. Take care, live long, look after yourselves and each other. Goodbye.